get at him because he left me out at the rodeo. He just walked out.
Very good. We will call this meeting back to order. We left off under tab C. They had lunch, we have returned, and we are on item number 9, which is the change order ratification for the door lock expansion project. With us this afternoon is Purchasing Director Marty Durdovich, and welcome, Marty.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. As you recall, back on the 26th of June, the contractor that is doing our door lock project had reached out to Tim Knight and myself. They had some issues with the Wi-Fi locks that were coming in. When they got the shipment in, they were all corroded. So they had to send them back due to the supply chain shortage. They couldn't get them in time to complete the project at the deadline of June 30th. I did get confirmation I told them, I said, I'm not doing the change order without something from your supplier saying these are on back order. We're not just going to take your word. So I did get an email from their supplier saying that they are hoping to have them in and start shipping them out on August 6th. So after speaking with Tim, who's overseeing this project, we felt that giving them 51 days was more than enough time. That's almost 2 months beyond what we anticipated the project being done. So at which time on August 20th, if they're not complete, we will start assessing liquidated damages unless they can prove to us that it's still supply chain issues, which in turn I'll come back before the board. But that was the reason for the email going out, because we missed the deadline, the cutoff for that first July commission meeting. So that was the purpose in the email to all of you to approve that ahead of time. And so today we're just here to ratify that approval.
Thanks, Marty. Appreciate the background and explanation on that. Any questions on the ratification, Commissioners? If not, I'd entertain a motion to formally approve and ratify the change order for the door lock expansion project as presented.
Mr. Chairman, I would make the motion.
Got a motion by Commissioner Toman. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Jones. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Motion's unanimous.
Thank
Thanks,
you,
Marty.
Commissioners.
Next on the agenda is item number 10. We've got the signing of the Sweetwater Economic Development Coalition, SCDC, annual MOU between the City of Rock Springs, City of Green River, and Sweetwater County. And I see no one here.
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Richards.
with Eric on vacation, I'll just say a couple words. This is just a continuation of the current MOU that we have with the cities creating the SEDC. I don't believe there's any changes. So I would move to approve the MOU for SEDC. And authorize the chairman to sign.
We do have a motion to approve the MOU by Commissioner Richards. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Slaughter. Discussion on the MOU.
Mr. Chairman, there is no place for you to sign on this.
It's the very last page.
Oh, I didn't go down far enough. Sorry, my mistake.
Yeah, the only comment I would have, I think it's pretty standard approval that we've been doing. One of the requirements within that MOU is that we receive quarterly reports, and I guess I would ask that we go back to that. It seems like we don't hear a whole lot from SEDC, and I know the nature of the job is somewhat confidential at times with real estate and other matters, but for the most part, it seems like outside of what our liaison shares on different things they're dealing with, we read a proclamation for Economic Development Week, and that's pretty much it. So it'd be nice to be kept in the loop a little more moving forward, and that's the input I would have on that.
Mr. Chairman, I will discuss that with both the board and our SEDC specialist and make sure that happens.
Very good. Any other comments on the MOU? No, we do have a motion and a second on the table. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion's unanimous. Next on the agenda is the appointment of our county fire warden and deputies. And with us this afternoon is Sweetwater County Code Enforcement Specialist Alan Adams. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Chairman West, before you is a motion to appoint a county fire warden and deputy fire wardens. As you know, the former fire warden, Jim Zimmerman, is retired, and I was hired as code enforcement specialist. And under the direction of Director Bingham, am seeking your approval to be appointed as Sweetwater County Fire Warden. Pursuant to Wyoming Statute 359401, county commissioners may appoint a county fire warden who shall act under the authority of this article and the local governmental authority responsible for fire suppression and fire prevention within the county. Wyoming Statute 359402, fire wardens or their duly designated representatives shall be responsible for management of fire suppression and related activities. The duly designated representatives I recommend are the current fire chiefs of each fire district within Sweetwater County, which are in Green River, Bill Robinson and Larry Erdman. Wamsutter is Chief Dusty Davis. Fire District 1, Scott Kitchener and Jack Robardi. And Farson Eden District is Dave Fleming. And those, if appointed, would carry out my duties should I be absent. Sweetwater County contracts with other entities throughout the county broken down into fire districts. As such, the county fire warden functions as the coordinator to those entities which require authorization on occasion to act as county representative. Thank you for your consideration.
Thanks, Alan.
You're welcome.
How's the new role going? Before we add another one.
It is going well, learning new things every day, but have definite ideas to elevate this position to a higher level.
Good to hear. Questions on the appointments, commissioners? If not, I'd entertain a motion to appoint Alan Adams as the county fire warden and appoint Fire District 1 Chief Scott Kitchener, Fire District Number 1 Assistant Chief Jake Rabordi, Green River Fire Department Assistant Chief Bill Robinson, Green River Fire Department Assistant Chief Larry Erdman, Wamsutter Fire District Chief Dusty Davis, and Farson Eden Fire District Chief Dave Flaming as his duly appointed representative deputy fire wardens.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Richards. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Jones. Discussion on the appointments.
I have a question. Are you doing monthly meetings yet with all of the fire chiefs?
I have not met in person with Dusty Davis of Wamsutter yet. He's an engineer for one of the
Yeah.
oil fields out west, and he's been pretty busy, but they all know I've got appointments with each one of them. Well, they all do know that I've asked them to be deputy fire wardens, and they've all accepted that and understand that role. But I will meet with them, all of them in person here soon, to discuss some other issues that I would like for them to understand.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, we do have a motion and a second on the table. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, nay. Motion's unanimous. Congratulations, and
Thank
we
you,
look
sir.
forward to good things.
Thank you, Commissioners. Appreciate it. Thank you, John.
Next on the agenda is item number 12. We've got a memorandum of understanding between the Wyoming Office of Guardian Ad Litem and Sweetwater County, Wyoming. With us this afternoon is Clerk Cindy Lane. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Chairman, Commissioners. Before you is the memorandum of understanding between the Wyoming Office of Guardian Ad Litem and Sweetwater County, Wyoming. The MOU shall commence when all parties have executed it on or before July 1st, 2024 through June 30th of 2025. The county reimburses the agency an amount equal to not less than 25% of the fees paid to GALs in Sweetwater County and an amount equal to and not less than 25% of the agency's administrative costs. And if you would like some history on that, Deputy County Attorney John DeLeon can give that to you.
Thank you, Clerk Lane. Any questions on this MOU, Commissioners?
Well, who pays the other percent?
The state of Wyoming.
Okay.
Or the Wyoming Office of Guardian Ad Litem, so.
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Richards.
move to approve the memorandum of understanding between the Wyoming Office of Guardian Ad Litem and Sioux County, Wyoming.
We have a motion to approve the MOU as presented. Do we have by Commissioner Richards, do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Jones. Further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, nay. Motion's unanimous. Thank you, Clerk Lane.
Thank you.
Next up is item number 13. We've got the approval of the memorandum of understanding between Sweetwater County and the University of Wyoming, effective July 1st, 2024 through June 30th, 2028. And the approval of the fiscal year 2025 salary compensation agreements for Daryl Roethlisberger and Tracy Meats, employees for the University of Wyoming Extension / Sweetwater County office. With us this afternoon is Daryl Roethlisberger, the University of Wyoming Extension educator and 4-H youth development and county coordinator, as well as Clerk Lane. Good afternoon, Daryl. How goes it?
It's good. Getting ready for county fair. Pretty busy.
'Tis the season.
Yes, it is.
So I met with Dr. Marney last week in regards to the MOU. Sounds like it was likely we were going to continue working on some of the language within that. I know that the idea between this agreement is for 4 years. Commissioners, I know last year we had a 1-year agreement, so we're open for discussion on that, or if you'd like to wait. Dr. Marney did state that she would try and set up some additional training for us to get kind of brought up to speed on more of the ins and outs of, what the, I guess, agreement entails and some of the different services that are provided, because it seems like most of what we've been made aware of is all contractual or compensation agreement based. So I didn't pull it from the agenda because I wanted to get some feedback from you on the direction moving forward. And Daryl's here to answer any questions you may have as well.
I believe Dr. Marney is not ready to sign that until some of the language gets
Yeah, and I guess
sorted out.
one question I would have, Daryl, I mean, the compensation agreements included for your position and the 4-H clerical reference that MOU, and I know there was a question last week when some emails were going around about whether or not we can move forward with approving those, or wait until we get,
Separately.
or wait until we get through the MOU and whatever changes may come about with that. The compensation agreements
And I guess
reference the MOU.
I refer back to your discussion with Dr. Marney, and so
Okay.
I was not at that meeting, so whatever you and her, had discussed, then that's probably how we should move forward.
Okay, well, it looks like the first payment on both of those isn't until October anyway, so, I do want it to be known that I believe I can speak on behalf of all of us that we want to continue with this program and we support it and want to see it do good things. I just think that there needs to be some improved communication on, the relationship that we have and what you all do. Honestly, I don't know what that is, and I explained that to Dr. Marney that, we haven't been given a lot of that background and educational piece on the different, things you guys are offering for the community and certainly the youth. And so, she was agreeable to setting up some type of a workshop or whatever that may be to get everyone on the same page and make sure we can all march forward proactively rather than kind of having these open-ended conversations back and forth. So that's basically where we left it off. And, in the meantime, I didn't want to, halt any payments or compensation issues that may come about with that. Both of them reference different MOUs, one from 2022, one from 2023. I think it'd be cleaner if we get the MOU cleaned up and agreed to, have those compensation agreements go hand in hand with that and march forward, but I'm open to other feedback, commissioners.
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Slaughter.
Daryl, as Keaton alluded to, one of the big things I think that we've struggled with is trying to determine exactly what it is that you're doing for us. And So we would really like to have more information with respect, we know what the positions are. You know, we need to have feedback on what those positions are actually performing, the functions that they're performing, and how that's fitting in with our overall management here in the county. And so that's just in line with exactly what the chairman has reported here. But I think I can't speak for the other commissioners, but for me, it's something that would clarify some of the issues for me with respect to our agreement.
How would you like that?
Well, it was mentioned that there would be a quarterly report of what is going on. And at that point in time, during that quarterly report, we could hear what services have been performed, and what you're looking at doing upcoming in the next quarter or something of that nature. So I think just hearing
Quarterly.
those types of things would really help.
Or that'd be great. Yeah. Be happy to do that.
Mr. Jones?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think I agree with what both of you say, but and I know we've kind of discussed the idea of the 1 year versus the 4-year contract. And if it's part of the conversation, I would lean towards 1 year, just a whole lot more consistent with what we do with everybody else. So I would definitely lean that way.
Oh, I'd
Coleman?
lean towards the 10-year. No, I'm just kidding, but I just want to point out to Mr. Roethlisberger, the focus of what the extension position does has been focused on the negative portions for the last couple of years. So we're looking forward to having a positive relationship and having you be able to talk to us about the positive things that are happening. So we're not focused on the negative anymore. Thank you. We think you're doing a great job so far from what I hear. So keep up the good work.
Thanks.
Any other feedback? Yeah, I don't know what took place previous, Daryl, especially to your position, but I think you came in at kind of an interesting time, and, I want you to feel supported, and I want you to know that we do support it, but it's hard to, continue to sign off on things if we're unaware of what's even taken place. And that's not a fault of you or your team or anyone in particular, but I think it's just a matter of getting everyone on the same page and having us feel comfortable with, being able to answer to where those taxpayer monies are going to. And that's across the board. It's not just University of Wyoming Extension Office. That's anyone, whether it's component unit or an outside agency that's coming before us. If I was asked tomorrow, what these positions are doing, I can't answer that. And I explained that to Dr. Marnie that somewhere along the lines, we need to improve that and make sure that we are supporting you so that you guys can do good things for the community, because that's what it's all about. So there's been conversations from, Bridger about an additional position you guys are willing to staff, or the state is, in regards to an A&R or CVH, and we've been going back and forth on that. And I explained that to Dr. Marnie too, that we don't know. We need more direction. We need more, help with what the different opportunities are there. I can look at a job description, but that doesn't really give me, a very well painted picture as to the outcomes and the success that position can bring forth. So certainly if the monies are there to bring in an additional position that's going to benefit the community, then we're all for that. But making that right decision is difficult when we're not comfortable again with what it entails. So I think we're heading in the right direction. The goal is to not drag this out any longer, but it seems like we're always kind of up against the 11th hour here. And I think, my goal, which I explained to Dr. Marnie, was it's time to get everyone aligned and put this behind us so we can start doing good things.
I think your meetings with Dr. Marnie will be beneficial to educate the commissioners on what University of Wyoming does in each of all of the counties in Wyoming, and all 3,000 plus counties in the nation. So I think those meetings will be, I would urge you to make that utmost importance, to meet with her and to receive that education, and then look forward to quarterly reports from our office. It's a phenomenal program, and I'm very passionate about it. And it's important to our community. So
I believe that wholeheartedly. So thanks for what you do. And what little I do know, I have heard good things. So keep up the good work, and we won't let politics get in between the success of what's needed. So thanks for coming over today.
thank you.
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Richards.
would a motion to postpone decision be appropriate?
I think so for both the
Okay.
MOU and the compensation agreements.
That motion.
We have a motion by Commissioner Richards to postpone the MOU and compensation agreements between Sweetwater County and the University of Wyoming by Commissioner Richards. We have a second.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Jones. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Hey,
Opposed, nay. Motion's unanimous. We'll be in touch very soon.
Thank you. Darrell,
Thanks, Darrell.
we'll try not to bug you until after fair.
Next item on the agenda is item number 14, the last item before the executive session, which is a Star Transit Board appointment. I believe we had a resignation, and therefore we've had a couple applicants. And at this time, I'd hand it over to our liaison, Commissioner Jones.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Was not a resignation, but we do have two people that applied. I spoke with both of them and both good people, both qualified, and it's great to see people applying. We had 0 and went to 2, so that's always good news. After speaking with both of them, I am leaning towards Carla Hester Croft. Had a great conversation with her, actually with both, but I think her experience is a little more extensive. She did have a couple of people reach out to me and as references, and so I would move to approve Carla Hester Croft to the Star Transit Board.
Thanks, Commissioner. A vacancy, excuse me, not a resignation. We do have a motion by Commissioner Jones to appoint Carla Hester Croft to fill the vacancy on the Star Transit Board. Do we have a second?
second.
Second by Commissioner Slaughter. Discussion on the appointment? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion's unanimous. Next item on the agenda is an executive session. We've got 2 items to discuss today, one being pre-decisional and the other being potential litigation. There's unknown if action will be taken at this time, but we will advise upon coming out. With that, commissioners, I'd entertain a motion to enter into executive.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Jones. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Richards. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. We are now in executive.